Right.
Look at us, man.
Not so makeshift anymore.
Bitch, we're moving up. We have microphones. This is crazy. I feel like we've deserved this. We deserve this
That's a long
elevation in our equipment.
5 episodes.
Look,
Now
we
got
went along with it. We had shagging dogs you could hear on the microphone. You had mum calling from downstairs, mum calling on my phone, which you could hear on the microphone. And now
we're here.
it's
Started from the bottom.
Now we are here
How long will this last?
every week.
Well, you can secure these every
I can secure them every week.
decent little jobby that.
So as long as I'm still at college, at least for the next year.
Oh yeah.
We've
That's how long it'll last.
still got these, and by the time I
We
leave,
should have 1 million subs by then, so
oh yeah, we'll have 5 million. Mark my words. I said it here first.
easy 5 mil. I
Easy
feel
5
a bit disappointed if we only have 5 mil.
What, in a year?
Yeah.
Well, I was just being nice, but I'm securing 10 mil.
Well, it's like we're better than Logan Paul. He's got like what, 15 mil?
I think so. Something around 15.
So realistically, we should double that in a year.
Let's stop talking shit about other YouTubers.
Shout
Scott's
out
not
Logan.
very well today.
No. When am I? Let's be honest.
You were well last week. The pod went up today. It's a very good
It did
podcast.
actually.
I listened to it. Work flew by.
That's good.
I feel like I'm really far away.
That's
from
what I
it.
want to do.
I feel like I'm really
Yeah,
far
that's-
away.
That was done on purpose.
There's another
What happened?
a bottle down there that I don't want to spill.
Oh, that could have been
Did that-
catastrophic.
Did that last week.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
But-
But no, work flew by. What?
Nothing.
What?
We both went, but at the same time. You didn't have to move the mic closer for that.
I wanted to
did
do
you?
that because now they can hear it. Really HD. Does it smell?
No. I was just coughing
No.
and laughing.
So back to Scott being ill. Tell us why you're ill. Fill us in. Your
What,
nutty
like my
weekend.
symptoms. Oh,
No, your nutty weekend that caused you to be ill.
I just did a bit of drinking. That's all.
When? Was it
well-
like last night, like you feeling hungover, or it's Wednesday now? So, where did you go out drinking?
Well, Thursday I went out for a friend's 21st.
Okay.
It was just meant to be a cheeky one at Spoons. And then we ended up in a club and doing shots. And
And this was
getting
Thursday
drunk.
night, yeah.
Thursday night.
Uh-huh.
Then Friday was a recovery day. I didn't really do anything with my life. Then Saturday there was a party for someone else's 21st. And then I drank a lot then. Maybe a bit too much.
Uh-huh.
Don't know how I got home.
Really?
Genuinely, I just remember stumbling through Biggin Hill with a McDonald's and thinking this McDonald's is the best McDonald's I've had in my whole life.
What the hell?
Um,
How'd you get to Biggin Hill?
An Uber, but the Uber dropped me off like 15 minutes away.
So you
from my
managed to take
house.
McDonald's in an Uber?
Yeah. Well, I hadn't
Mad.
eaten any. I just kept the bag shut.
Cold.
No, it kept quite warm. I remember I
Yeah,
got out the
you think
Uber.
it was warm. Realistically, it's like freezing cold.
Well, I remember getting out the Uber, and then I put the McDonald's on the floor and just walked into the woods, had a piss.
What the hell?
Picked the McDonald's back up, then ate it on the way home, and I can't remember. So this isn't gonna be great listening, but
Mhm.
I can either get to my house up the steps or up the hill.
Yep.
I can't remember if I went up the steps or up the hill.
That's weird. That is weird. Normally I remember everything, man. I don't know how you forget things like that.
Yeah, I'm not very good with.
That's crazy. Well, I'm glad you had a good night, but that was Saturday.
Yeah, and
Now it's Wednesday.
just.
So you still
I
hungover?
think it's just.
Or you got alcohol poisoning. What is it?
I think it's just alcohol. When I drink a lot, makes my immune system a bit shit,
Uh-huh.
and as a result, I've
You're immune
got
to
a cold or
diseases.
something.
You think you got a cold?
Yeah,
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
it's a very sad time.
We'll try and keep it going.
Okay.
You know, which we'll try and keep the podcast going.
I'm sure it'll be another fantastic episode.
Well, I hope so. We might not have a caller this time, but
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we could do. No, but I saw something whilst I was waiting for you to come over, and just scrolling through Facebook, and I found a video by Gaming Bible, and PlayStation are releasing a console on the 3rd of December
Right.
called PlayStation Classic.
Okay.
So it's going to be an exact replica of PlayStation 1.
Alright.
I think it's PlayStation 1, but a lot smaller, and it has 20 preloaded PlayStation 1 games on there
Oh my god. That's incredible.
for £1. £1.
£1?
Sorry.
Using our promo code, Vertical Visuals.
No, £100. I think it's like £100.
What? Is that it?
Yeah. It's
Is
really
it like
cheap.
a limited edition?
Only 20 games. You can't.
Is it like a limited edition?
I doubt it. It's like a whole console.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it looks really good. But the games are like, is it Final Fantasy?
Oh yeah.
Crap racing games. I was hoping.
As
for
long
that.
as I have Lara Croft, I'll be happy.
I don't think they will.
No.
But like, why would you want to play that? I was thinking,
I banged that game out on PlayStation 1, man.
yeah, but it's not PlayStation.
Muy bueno.
No, it's not PlayStation 1 anymore. It's nearly PlayStation 5. Why do you want to play all these old games? Because
Nostalgia.
yeah, but how long does that last for? This is a
It's-
myth.
It'll
It's a
obviously-
myth.
It'll be a novelty. No one's gonna sit there and bang out PS1 Lara Croft, are they? But you can sit and like, you're telling me you wouldn't play Hit and Run for like,
Hit and Run's not on the PlayStation 1.
yeah, but for example, an old game that you really liked. I reckon. Did you ever have a PS1?
No.
See, so it wouldn't appeal to you, would it?
Well,
Because you
but
don't have,
I get.
you don't even have that nostalgia. 'Cause you never had it.
You're right. You're right. But I've had nostalgia for things on PlayStation 3, and like Red Dead Redemption. I rebought that game, and I hated it. Like it literally ruined my memory of that game. So much so, I'm not really looking forward to the second one.
Controversial.
I know I am looking forward to it, but I'm like, is it actually going to be that good? Because we think of the first game as such an incredible installment of a series, of a franchise, and looking back, it wasn't actually amazing. It was quite boring at some points.
Well, I never
so-
played it.
Yeah,
So I can't
well-
really have an opinion on it.
no, that's fair enough.
But like, even something like Modern Warfare 2, isn't that's supposedly dated?
Yeah, but listen, would you
a
go
lot
and
of
play
people would
that?
still play it.
Would you get your PlayStation 3 out and play that again with all your mates?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. Otherwise, you would have done it by now because you've all got a
I sold my
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3.
Okay, well, no one else is doing it. You never see everyone coming around for a PlayStation 3 session of Mike Myers and Modern Warfare 2. It's a myth, this whole nostalgia thing. You get it on was it Xbox One? It's been released
Yeah,
on.
backwards compatibility.
And now it's like, oh, it's a new thing. It's like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't get it if I had it.
I don't know if it's a myth.
Because I think, maybe not a myth,
I
but
think it's
I think
a
it's exaggerated.
novelty.
I think it's exaggerated. The
I don't
nostalgia is definitely exaggerated, depending on your passion for a game. Because
I think it's different with gaming.
say something. I can't
'Cause
remember.
people watch old films for like nostalgia.
Yeah, but the people.
But that's a set amount of. That's only an hour and a half. But gaming, you can play it for an hour and a half for this nostalgia.
what I mean is
you
the
won't play an
memory is
old
different.
FIFA for nostalgia because you want to play the new one.
But the memory is different. The memory of how you felt about that game. There were so many things that have a part to play in the reason why you liked that game that won't be there anymore. The people that you used to play it with, the time in which you used to play it with, when we didn't necessarily have a lot of worries, or like this was like, I don't know, this was like the biggest thing in your life. The technology at that time, the fact that it's like, I think that a lot of that builds into why you love a game so much. And going back to that, and I can't talk for backwards compatibility. I'm talking from actually buying an old game and playing an old game. It just doesn't have the same feeling. That's why I say it's a myth. But again, I haven't had that nostalgia of having something revamped. Because I can't lie, Simpsons Hit and Run, PlayStation 4, I would actually bang. That would be the biggest selling game of the year, 100%.
It would
It'd
blow
be
up.
any Call of Duty. Imagine Battle Royale of Simpsons Hit and Run.
Did you ever get the Simpsons game that came out on like Xbox 360?
Yeah.
And
So shit.
we like really disappointed.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be open world and stuff, and it was just missions.
Yeah, I didn't know if it's gonna be open world. I didn't really.
I
really
thought it
care.
was essentially gonna be another hit and run, and then I got it, and it was just missions. I still quite
Just
enjoyed
a
it, to be fair.
campaign. Yeah. No, it was alright, but they could have done a lot better.
Hmm.
You know, there's a lot on the Simpsons franchise. It's such a big market for everyone would buy it. Simpsons Hit and Run.
Would they do it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think they'd do it and make it another game, but I think just improve the graphics, keep all the little sound effects, you know when you're driving, when you're Homer, and it's like, what stuff does he say?
Eat my.
I am
Dust.
so smart. I am so smart. S-M-A-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T. That's what it'd sing, and like you get like a good score in a driving thing or something.
Yeah.
Like you find the rocket car, secret rocket car. Oh, I just had a turn in my belly as I remembered all the actual different maps you could play.
It was so fun.
Oh, mad.
I don't think I ever completed it.
There's one mission at the end.
I very rarely completed games when I was younger.
Yeah, neither did I. Not
I
one.
think the first game I completed was GTA 4.
Oh, same. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I
It's
got
weird,
into
isn't
GTA. Yeah, that's the Nico, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very good game. But the Simpsons
But
Hit and
even
Run.
with GTA, you might play GTA 4 with like nostalgia, or want to play it, but then you'd play it and realise it's not as good as GTA 5.
Yeah,
But for its time, it was very
this is
good.
what I mean. Like playing it again, you wouldn't get that nostalgia because it's not as good. But I feel like if they revamped it for a PlayStation 4 version, it could be good. Like, this is what I mean about the whole nostalgia thing. Because for me, I've never had something being revamped for my console. It's always been like having to buy the actual old game and play it on the old console, and that's a lot different. Because you're in essence you're trying to replicate what you once had, and not only are you trying to replicate the game, but you're trying to replicate the lifestyle. You know.
That's deep.
I don't know why I'm getting so deep into this, but that Simpsons Hit and Run, there was one last mission, and you were Grandpa, and I think you might have been Homer with Grandpa in Grandpa's car. It was like a convertible old war one. It was a Halloween map, and you had to drive from one place to another, and I just couldn't do it in time.
Oh no.
Never completed it. One mission. I was good. I was YouTubing, funnily enough. I was actually YouTubing. Like, that wasn't a thing back in the day. But like, if you YouTube something, that was like logging into MI5 and like searching how it's done. So like,
how'd you do?
yeah. It was, yeah.
I just figured it out.
But you never saw how to do it. You just saw people actually playing.
It was so frustrating when you couldn't complete a mission on it. Sometimes I'd get so frustrated. You know, eventually you could just skip it if you failed it enough times.
Oh yeah.
I'd just start purposely failing it, so it'd let me skip it.
Really?
Some little scumbag, mate.
You're a cheat, mate. You're a cheat.
I was just raging. Bro.
Yeah. I'd love a new Simpsons game.
Are you ready for this week's game?
Oh man, I didn't think you'd actually have it. I didn't think you were very well. I'm down, bro.
I got you, bro. So, you might have, unless you've been living under a rock, Apple have had a big keynote and spoken about new products they're releasing.
Yeah.
So I thought, the game should tie into this. And this week's game is called Apple or a Pool. So the game is, I'm going to read you a quote.
Okay.
And you have to decide whether the quote has been said by Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple,
Okay.
or Jake Paul.
Mad. That's good.
Apple or a Pool. You ready?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, well, I'm not just a pretty face.
You're not that either.
Shit. Okay. You ready for the first quote?
I'm ready. How many quotes are there altogether?
5.
Okay, so it's more than last time.
Yeah.
All right.
Pod.
Is it multiple choice? Oh no, it's not. Oh, yeah, I'm actually so thick. Is it multiple choice?
Well, you got 2.
Alright.
The first quote is, "Nobody's life is perfect, and each individual will have their own struggles and stipulations."
That's quite
Who
a
said
normal
that?
one.
Jake Paul or Tim Cook? Is it Apple or A. Paul?
I'm trying to think of all Jake Paul's like motivational videos.
Did you watch the That's Cringe?
I did.
Of Jake Paul?
Last podcast.
When he just starts screaming.
If that kid is doing better than you get him and you kill him.
Take his hand and you crush it.
I'm really into Cody Co. I subscribed. Last podcast I said how it's hard to get into someone.
How wrong
And I hadn't
were you?
subscribed. And I listened to the podcast. Posted like, I'm a subscriber, man.
I'm glad I could impact your life that way. But back
Tim
to the
Cook.
game.
Actually, I feel like Jake Paul.
So your
Jake
final
Paul.
answer.
My final answer.
You know, they say that your gut instinct's always right.
Oh, mate.
But in this case, it was wrong. The answer was,
Jake
in
Paul.
fact, Jake
Look
Paul.
at that. 1 out of 1, boys. Bang. You didn't
4
see me
more
coming.
to go.
I'm a Jake Pauler.
I hope people remember me as a good and decent man. And if they do, then that's a success. Is it A, Tim Cook, or B, Jake Paul?
So is this what Tim Cook might have said in a keynote?
These
or
are just quotes.
in general.
These are just quotes from each individual
Okay.
that I have found online.
I hope people remember me as a great man, did you say?
I hope people remember me as a good and decent man. And if they do, then that is a success. Apple
Jake Paul.
or A Paul?
Jake Paul.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
It's Tim Cook.
Fuck! What are you trying to, trick me out? Of
Yeah,
course it's Tim Cook.
Played with your mind. Because you'd think, because people like Jake Paul's a horrible person.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And do you know what? I was thinking of, the True Geordie podcast that he was on. He might have said it during that.
Okay.
So, but no, okay.
So that's
half of them right so far.
It's 50% so far. Right, the next quote is, "The internet won't skip a beat, and neither will I. Technology is constantly changing and evolving." Who said that? Jake Paul or Tim Cook?
Tim Cook.
Or Jake Paul?
Tim Cook, final answer.
It was Jake Paul.
Oh, yeah, this is dead, man. Come on.
I've
It's like
played you
penalties.
like a
All I'm trying to
guitar.
do is either go left or right, like Tim Cook or Jake Paul. And it's like, is he going to go left twice, you know? Like penalties. You know, if you score left, you get another one, and they're going to go left again. So I'm thinking, theoretically, has he gone, how have you written it out? Like Tim Cook,
So
Jake Paul,
you're
Tim
not
Cook,
even,
Jake Paul.
You're not even taking the quote into consideration.
Well, I am,
right?
but it's like you've chosen these two people to treat me because they're such polar opposites.
Yet they're saying similar.
Exactly. So
It's almost as if I thought about it.
it's like bluff. You're playing bluff on every question.
Look, you've got 1 out of 3 so far. You need to redeem yourself here. Are you ready for the next quote?
I'm ready. Hit me.
"I get to do what I want, and I get paid millions of dollars to do it."
Tim Cook. Final answer.
It's Jake Paul.
Of course it's Jake Paul. Why am I saying it's not? What the fuck? Tim Cook's not a millionaire. I mean, he probably is.
Probably,
Yeah, probably
is.
is.
CEO of Apple.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know,
millionaire.
they're the first $1 trillion company.
It's not bad, is it?
I mean, it's okay. Vertical Visuals Inc. will be the first $1 zillion company, but
That well-known number. You ready for the final quote? To get 2 out of 5,
he's
you
dead.
absolute failure.
I need to make you a game, man. This is
You want to be the pebble in the pond that creates the ripple for change. He's thinking.
Tim Cook.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
I'm going to give you a chance to change.
No, it's Tim Cook.
So the quote was, "You want to be the pebble in the pond that creates the ripple for change." And do you know who said that?
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook.
Yay! You can't have 4 Jake Pauls in a row.
2 out of 5.
I'm getting worse. No, to be fair, I've got 2 questions right in both weeks, so.
Yes, I mean,
We need some on-screen graphics for this. We should make this a whole new video.
a whole new video.
Lil who?
Apple or April? I might do that one again. Did you enjoy that?
I think personally, every question should be 2 different people to avoid that
What do you mean?
bluffing. So, like, question number 1, who said this quote? Tim Cook or Jake Paul? Question number 2, who said this? Steve Jobs or another bad man?
Oh, so you just want me to make it easier for you?
Well, no, it's not making it. Okay. Just different. Okay. You know what? Sure. Sure.
Doing that would be a lot more work for me, alright? And I'm
Yeah, I
not
know.
willing to do that.
That's fine. That's fine.
So, yeah. I'll try and think of a game for next week as well.
I think you've done well, to be honest. You know, we need to speak about Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
What's...
We missed a video.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay.
It's cool. Look,
I'm
I know I had a
sorry.
busy few days, but
Yeah,
I'm an assistant editor here at Vertical Visuals, man. You can hit me up.
Okay.
You could be like, bro, I'm not going to get this out on time.
Yeah.
You know, because we never agreed that you were the full editor. You don't have to take this all on yourself. If you want me to do something, heck, I'll do it.
I appreciate
You know?
that, man. So today,
Mm-hmm.
a new song was released
Okay.
by Lil Peep and XXX Tentacion.
They're both dead. Right.
Yes. So, Lil Peep made a song with a guy called I Love Making 'Em. Do you know who that is?
No.
Do you know the song? Got the club going up
On a Tuesday.
The guy made that
I
song.
do.
He's sort of like a songwriter,
Mm-hmm.
and he co-wrote this song with Lil Peep. Lil Peep passed, and X was inspired by this song and wanted to get on it, wanted to be on the song. So then wrote some bars, wrote some lyrics for this song, and then was on the song. So it's a Lil Peep and X song. Obviously, they made it before they died. It came out today, and some people were saying how Lil Peep didn't like X, and people were just trying to make money from their death. Like the music industry is just capitalizing on these two artists' death. And I just thought it was quite a polarizing and interesting topic. It's quite sensitive. And what do you think? Let the fans enjoy these 2 artists' work, or do you think it's more like quite sinister and they're just trying to capitalize off the death of these 2 young men?
It's a tough one because today, like, it's a different. You know, we're living in modern day. Because I'm referencing something. So when Freddie Mercury died, he still had music that wasn't released until like only a few years ago.
Similar with MJ.
Funnily enough, they have a song together. It wasn't released for ages.
Is it released now?
Yes, I believe it's Freddie Mercury and Michael Jackson. And it's not even been 6 months since X died, and already people are trying to churn that out. There's enough content out there for people to listen to from X. They don't need a new song just because he's died. If he was still alive, no one would be demanding more music. And you could argue, okay, well, that's because he's not going to release anymore, fine. But I think it's...
So you're saying it's too soon?
I'm saying it's probably a bit too soon. I feel weird. Like, I feel weird listening to X as it is. Because I think there's a stigma of people saying, like, oh, you only like him because he's dead. Let alone, oh, you only listen to his new songs because he's dead. Like, I don't know. I think maybe just leave it, you know? Like, who's making a profit? X isn't making a profit anymore. So why does there need to be more music?
I guess the label makes a profit, don't they?
That's sick then. You've just nailed it on the head. If the label's making a profit off a dead
Well,
man.
the label and I guess I think X's mum runs his Instagram now, and they've like released anniversary merch for his album 17 that came out just over a year ago now.
Yeah, that's different. That's different if
And I
she's
guess-
running the Instagram.
And also, he does have a kid on the way.
Who, X?
Yeah. Well, the girl he was seeing before he died was pregnant.
I thought she was lying.
No, that was the his ex, who said she was pregnant when she got beat,
Oh, right.
but she wasn't pregnant.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he died, on his Instagram, there's like a picture of, like what the scan's called.
Yeah.
One of
I
those.
don't know what they're called.
One of like the baby scans. That was a picture of that was posted on his Instagram. Like, long live Jesse.
That's
So I guess there's the baby to pay for.
so. Why? I don't know. So his family's profiting off his.
Oh, I don't know.
Death?
I don't know who gets the money.
So-
I think it's really weird.
I just think let's leave it alone. Just leave it alone. You don't
Yeah.
need to be like shoving this down people's throats now just because he's dead. It's not like you were shoving all this merch down his throat when he was alive. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a prick about it, but just respect the guy, man. Just I don't know. Like if I died and I was an artist, wouldn't want people releasing my music. Maybe like 10, 15 years down the line, like Freddie Mercury, but not like instantly at all. I wouldn't want that shit coming out for ages.
Yeah.
I want to be
Do you think-
remembered by what I did when I was fucking
I think
alive.
fans need time to mourn.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like X is still fucking alive if he's released a new song.
Yeah.
So it's just a bit.
So weird, man. That music video, that was crazy.
What music video?
So his music video for Sad,
Yeah.
he walks into his own funeral. Did you not see this?
No.
It was so fucking haunting, bro.
Why?
So he dies, and it must have been a week or so after they released the music video for Sad. And in the music video, he walks into his own funeral.
Well,
obviously
after he's
he
died?
doesn't know he's gonna die. So
They've released that music video.
yeah, so essentially he's got a funeral for his old self. That's the music video.
Yeah.
Because in the casket is someone with the old hair he had,
Yeah.
the blonde and black, and then so he walks into the funeral with him with that hair in the casket, and the idea is he's killing his old self and becoming a better person, and then he like beats up his old self as well, and it's this weird funky fight scene. But the fact that he dies, this music video is released like a week or so later, and he walks into his own funeral. Like, it was so haunting, and it was like
That's
weird. And he's like having a conversation with the Grim Reaper and shit. It's like the chances of that. Just fuck.
Do we know who killed him yet?
There's been several arrests. Yeah,
But is there like a murderer?
I think someone's been charged.
You murdered? You murdered.
Yeah, I think someone's been charged. Yeah.
And is there any relation to him and like his label or his production company for that music video? Because they seem strangely linked.
Oh, you think it's a conspiracy?
Well, I always think everything's a conspiracy theory.
I just think it was a meaningless. He
Coincidence.
he didn't have any security. He's driving around in a flashy car in the hood, and then goes to a dealership. He's someone who obviously has a lot of money on him. They were gonna jump him. I think X fought back, got shot, died in his car.
Imagine that, man, like leaving your house for the last time, but you don't know it. Like getting into your car, like this is the place I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna step out of this car for the rest of my life.
It's crazy, man. Like, yeah, it's such thin margins, isn't it?
What do you think happens after someone dies?
I don't want to believe it's just nothing. That's what I think it is.
That's what you think it is?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I used to think that. And then I tried to comprehend that. Because when you go to sleep, it is nothing. It's like you're dead. Your mind is, like, your brain is still going. But, like, your mind is off. So it's just black. And you wake up when you wake up. You don't remember any of that. You don't remember it at all. So it just happens. It's like there's not you're not aware of the fact you're waiting for 8 hours for you to wake up. So why is that different when you die? Right now, maybe every person that's ever died in the whole entire universe, there is just nothing right now. But when something happens, like another big bang or something like that, and they come back as something else, that will seem like no time. Because that nothingness, you don't experience nothingness because it's nothing. You can't experience nothingness.
The difference is that when you're asleep, your brain's still active, in the sense it's still functioning.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that. But my point is that you're not aware of it. You're not like, okay, I'm asleep now. It's just black, and you wake up, you go to sleep, and next thing you know, you're awake. So when you die, one thing you know, you're dead. Next thing you know, you're a new existence of something else.
There's a sort of, what's it called? You think you're reborn?
Either
in
reborn,
the next life.
or you just become someone else. You're not aware of being someone else before, because where did we come from? Why am I me? Do you know? It's just weird, isn't it? Think about it. When you think about it, it's like, why am I me?
It is
like,
mind blowing.
How did I become this existence? How have I got this mind? So what's to say you don't take on another mind when you die of another baby? That's what I genuinely think is going to happen. Either that, or there is nothing, and there'll be another big bang in like 10 million years. But we won't experience it as 10 million years because it'll be gone. So it seemed like no time. It seems like we die, 10 million years later, just like that, 10 million years. Obviously that won't be the case, but it will be the case for us because we won't be awake for that 10 million years. We'll just be dead and either be reborn. I think we could be reborn instantly.
So when you see the light,
that's when you come out the womb, baby.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? I genuinely think that's probably the most likely case. You come back as someone else.
Some people have said when they've like died and then been resuscitated, right? So people have said in that period of their death.
Pull that sucker up to your face. That's what Joe Rogan says in his podcast. Yeah.
In their period of death, they've like seen themselves on the bed. It's like an out of body experience, and they see everyone around them like trying to revive them, which would imply like you become a ghost essentially.
Yo, that's sick. But is that just like you passing? You going up, or
like it could just be a hallucination.
Well, yeah, like I'm not convinced that's everyone's experience.
It's too much for your brain to comprehend.
So interesting, though.
Well, you'll never. Yeah, I think what's so interesting about it is no one knows. Not a single person knows what happens, and no one will ever know.
Yeah,
and that's quite terrifying.
It's the one thing in this world actually that you don't know. realistically, in the grand scheme of things. But this is another thing that ties in with my theory of coming back as someone else, because deja vu is like, people like to think it's an experience that you've already experienced as somebody else before you, and it's just your memory. And you link.
Yeah, I've heard that theory.
And it's like, oh, this is like deja vu. But like, imagine being someone else before this.
I can usually identify why I felt deja vu.
Why?
Well, I think like, whoa, that I got a sense of deja vu then, and then I can usually trace back to why I felt that.
Yeah, but why? Like, give me an example. I'm telling you, deja vu is not like that.
Top of my head.
That's not deja vu. Deja vu, I've had deja vu before when I know I'm having it, so I do something weird that I would never normally do in a situation that has happened before, and I'd be like, oh fuck yeah, I remember this happening before. Like I remember I do it every single time, and I swear, I'm telling you the God's honest truth. When I'm in deja vu, I'll be sitting there. Like, last time I had it, I was in the car on the way to Tunbridge Wells, and I was sitting there, and I was like, oh, I'm having deja vu, and no, it wasn't Tunbridge Wells. I think it was on the way to Worthing. Sorry, because my girlfriend had it.
Technicality.
My girlfriend had it on Tunbridge Wells. I don't want her thinking I'm lying, because. Yeah, but no, it's on the way to Worthing. But I was.
Do I have to cut that?
No.
Okay.
But I remember I had it, and I was like, well, I'm having deja vu, so I went something like that.
Fuck.
And I was like, fuck, I've done that before. Like, seriously, it was part of the deja vu. Like, you just do something weird. You just do something weird. Next time you have deja vu, do something fucking weird and see if you still have deja vu for like 5 seconds afterwards. Because it will be deja vu. So trying to link it back to something that's already happened in your own life that's not deja vu, man. That's not the reason why you're having it. Should we look up what deja vu is?
I'm pretty sure deja vu is when something happens and you feel like this has happened before.
Yeah.
So.
But like,
something will happen.
But it's too strong for that. It's too strong for it to just happen before. I could be in places I've never been before, and it happened. It's happened in Dorset once. Well, obviously I've been there loads of times, but like, not a lot. And I had it at this place. I had it once. It was the first time I've ever been to. It was I went to a toy shop. I remember exactly where I was, past a fruit place, and there was a toy shop. And I was walking there, and I remember having deja vu there. And it's like, I've never been there before.
Right.
It sounds like I'm making this shit up because I can jump to examples so quickly, but I'm really fascinated by it.
Here's an odd one.
I'm really fascinated. I can only apologise for being so deep, this podcast.
It was a deep one.
It was a deep one. I just felt like we needed to have a little deep topic like that, because
I feel like I've been half asleep.
Oh, you have been half asleep. You've been.
I've enjoyed it though.
Look, it's been 40 minutes roughly.
Solid effort.
Just over 30, just under 40 minutes, I reckon. So.
Probably one of our shorter ones. Probably one of our shorter ones.
But I don't want to force material. I feel like a lot of this has flowed quite well. I think something that we could start introducing now, because there's only so much we can talk about, just us two, is a guest. It's a guest, Yeah. Be it. It's probably going to have to be a member of my family.
That's interesting. Different perspective on life.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be an interview. It could just be him or someone joining in.
Oh, joining in on the banter.
Joining in on the banter.
The discussion.
Just special guests for the episode.
We should shut them down. Be like, yeah, sharp.
As Cody
every time they try and butt in.
As Cody said on his podcast, it's much easier with 3 people than it is 2. Yes. Because 2 people always have someone to talk about, whereas 2 people will end up saying, and I quote, so yeah.
So.
And then this is normally when the third person would chip in.
yeah.
So
no,
that's why I mentioned.
I do agree with that. I think I remember hearing that actually,
and
being like, so true.
It is very true. I listened to it yesterday, so
Shout out
Don't know why
Tiny
I'm
Meat
trying
Gang.
Yeah. No.
Do
Their
you think we
podcast-
should keep the visuals?
What do you mean?
Should we just have audio only?
Just audio only?
Just the podcast start.
No, we have to have visuals, bro. We have microphones this time.
Okay.
It depends if you want the editing.
I know, I'm just trying to think how much the visuals add. You know?
I think the visuals add an element of... Look, it's a portfolio. It's not a...
Yeah.
It just shows... It adds a thumbnail at least.
I don't think we're good enough to just have audio as well.
Exactly. So... No, I feel like the visuals is... Look, it's one camera angle. I don't know if it's too much editing for you.
No.
But I think it just adds something to it. It adds a different perspective. It shows competency in long duration editing.
Yes.
Like a TV show length of editing. So, yeah, I think we should keep them.
Yeah,
But
we will.
we are going to wrap this podcast up here, guys. That's the first time I've ever...
We're just going to wrap this little podcast up here, guys.
That's the first time I've ever addressed the audience.
Really?
Yeah, I've never addressed the audience before. It's just been talking to you.
That's spooky.
Guys, if you did
Get a
enjoy
sense
the
of deja vu.
podcast... Oh, fuck off. Oh,
There's a
my mum.
fire.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. What is that, man? Jesus. Yo. What the fuck?
That's the steak,
That's how
mate.
many times in a row has my mum fucked this pod up? You know what I mean?
That's the steak, mate.
Jesus.
Oh, it's
Oh,
going
no,
again.
no, brace yourself. Ow, Jesus.
Look, thank you for listening to the podcast. We will see
We'll
you
see you
again.
in a bit. Bye, bye, bye.
Makeshift Pod, every Wednesday, August 22nd. That's the birthday. They just wanna see us talk some shit. Ain't nobody ever got shit on this. 2 cups, 1 mic. That's makeshift. Everybody wanna get up on my